Was there ever concern going into this game and, the next game probably that
There's a next game?
Oh, okay. There's not? Oh, no.
Spoiler.
That you guys are running out of villains? Like,
we're not running out of villains.
I mean, the first game you got 6, right? You got the Sinister Six, and then this one you're knocking out some more, but like you never feel like, oh, should we save this one or not?
No. I don't know if this is a real quote, so I apologize, internet, if this is wrong. I could have sworn I heard someone say that when the Marvel Studios team work on a movie, they're like, we're not holding anything. Like, it's like, let's just make it as good as we can. Don't worry so much about the future in a way. Like I don't want, we shouldn't be going, oh my God, we can't do this because it's like I don't know if if this game stinks, I'm not going to make another one, right? If we wanted, villain X and we're like, but it can make another thing. Like, no, if it's going to make this game better, we're never going to run ideas. Like, we're not going to run. Like, I work with really smart people who have way better ideas than I ever come with. I'll just grab one of them and go, give me ideas, give us ideas, So I promise you that I never think we're going to run out of villains ever.
You're really good at saving some good ones.
Yeah.
Like you saved Venom. You've saved the Green Goblin. Like this is the big ones. And I really appreciate that.
Good.
It keeps me.
Well, I think, I think we, even though I say we don't hold back, we are thinking about where things can go. That I think that's part of the process. And I always say I get asked oh, do you have it all mapped out? And I go, well, we have a plan, but I say it's a very bendy plan where hey, we were going to go left, but you know what? Actually, someone came up with a good idea. What's going to go right. And then we'll come back to where we are. For example, when we made the first game, there was no character called Haley. There was nothing. The Miles team said, hey, we have this great character we want to introduce named Haley. Well, guess what? We loved her too, and we're going to expand her and make her a bigger part as she was in Spider-Man 2. I'm trying to think what else. There's just so much that we've done that was never a part. I mean, we're talking about the very end of the game. I will tell you two things. We're talking spoilers here.
Yeah.
Otto was always going to be teased at the end of this game. Even back on early Spider-Man 1 days, I said, we're going to make Otto so good. I go, we have to, he's my favorite Spider-Man villain. Mm-hmm. I go, we're going to make him that he's going to come back if we ever can do multiple games. But Cindy's invention was never first talked about. Never. Never. When we were on Spider-Man 1, I wasn't oh, we're going to end with a tease of Albert Moon and his daughter, Cindy. Never. That's just keep working the franchise, looking where we can go. And if we get fortunate enough to keep working on these things, this is something we might explore.
All right. Spider-Man 3, right? So, I mean, you got 3 playables.
I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure that I get through. We're taping this, the day before, day of launch or day after launch. I just want to make sure I can get through it.
So I'm not going to press you to talk about Silk or Cindy Moon because I know that's just going to make you make that face.
I'm a terrible poker player, by the way. So here you go. Yeah.
I am curious. Is there anything that Marvel flat out shot down? Any ideas that were too out there, or just the team shot down internally, Sand be it?
No, nothing you can't do this because of this X or Y or Z. I think it comes down to more of can we do it with the time we have and at the quality we want to hit? I mentioned, there was a discussion and there was to the point where there's a concept image of Venomized Sandman. Super cool idea. Maybe one day I'm probably getting in trouble for saying it, but whatever. It's really cool image. It's really cool. We were never going to get it done at the quality we wanted to. And it was going to be it was enough of a challenge to make regular Sandman cool. And I'm okay, now we're going to do it as a Venomized version. This team went above and beyond anything I could have ever expected when we first started this. So I was we're not going to do it. So it's more about that. That being said, we check ourselves and okay, hey, can, for example, we talked to Marvel, hey, you know what? You notice fire doesn't hurt the symbiote in Venom in this game. Did you guys notice that? But typically that's a weakness of, so originally there was 5 different weaknesses of the symbiote. We're like, oh my God, how are we going to communicate all these different things? We're you know what? for our game, for our universe, we're just going to keep it to high frequency sound. So, and we said, hey, Bill, Eric, Tim, our Marvel producers, are you guys cool? We just simplify it down to this. And like, yeah, as long as you guys explain it. It's for like, someone's like, why is Harry not getting hurt by the fire? And it's like, we actually if you notice in the rescue Tombstone mission where you guys rescue, he actually, Pete purposely says, is the fire bothering you? And he goes, no, I don't feel anything, just so I could make sure that we cover our bases.